Back on Hittin Hard with Jon Chuckery here on Locked On Sports Atlanta. Head to youtube.com, put Locked On Sports Atlanta into the search browser. Hit that subscribe button when you get to that page. Leave us a comment there. Free and available on all of your favorite podcast platforms, including Spotify and Odyssey. Leave us a 5-star review if you would, please. And then, of course, follow me on my personal Twitter page at JMCH316. We continue to look ahead to tonight's game, first game of the preseason for the Atlanta Falcons, the post-Matt Ryan era of Falcons football. So we talked about the 5 guys that I'm looking at to try to show me something tonight. So here are some of my hopes statistically about some things that we will see tonight, okay? Now, first thing is, I'm going to say this. Win. Well, it's preseason, Chuckery. They don't matter. It may not matter in the scoreboard, on the standings, and this, that, and the other. This is where it matters. Right up here, right? Cerebral. Be the cerebral assassin, right? I want to see a team that fights, scratches, and wants to win tonight. What have they lost? Like 7 preseason games in a row or something like that? Whatever that number is. I want to see a team that's coming out trying to win a football game. Listen, I don't care if you're playing checkers. I don't care if you're playing, whatever, video games online or whatever like that. I want to win. I want to win at whatever it is that I'm involved in. I'm on radio. I want to win in my spot. Here doing this podcast, we want to win. Right? Whatever competition is, I want them to win. It may not matter, obviously, in ESPN.com's standings, may not matter in the power rankings, this, that, and the other. I want it to matter up here, though. And I think Arthur Smith and this team is trying to instill that in these guys. You have to create a culture of winning, right? Now, look, you get to where you're a Super Bowl contender, and then, you don't do well in preseason. I don't worry so much about that, right? But right now, this franchise is teetering on what direction are we going to go. If they're 2-15 this year, you are the slug of the universe. You are one of the low-life franchises in the league. And that doesn't just turn around in a year or so because, we got all this salary cap. That doesn't fix nothing. You have to fix it up here first. And you're in an era where a guy who is the most important player in the history of the franchise, listen to me, the most important player in the history of this franchise is not here anymore. And it's a new era. You have to go out there and start changing up the culture, finding a way to win. And I think that starts tonight. Find a way to beat the Detroit Lions tonight in the game. All right, from a rushing yardage standpoint, the Falcons last year averaged 85.4 rushing yards per game. That ain't good enough. I want to see a 100-yard performance tonight. Now, I'm going to talk about the yards per carry in just a second, but I want 100 rushing yards tonight. I think that there's going to be a heavy focus tonight on running the football. I think, yes, we have to evaluate quarterbacks. Yes, we have to evaluate pass protection. Yes, we have to evaluate tight ends. Yes, we have to evaluate wide receivers. But we have to figure out running game too. And that's more of the calling card of Arthur Smith. Now, I know everybody's going to say, well, we had Derrick Henry. Yeah, he didn't have just Derrick Henry. He also had Taylor Lewan and Jack Conklin and a whole bunch of Pro Bowlers up front on the offensive line. He also had an outstanding offensive line to pair with Derrick Henry. So, look, do we have all of that? No, we don't have nothing like that. Whatever the 180-degree opposite of Derrick Henry, Jack Conklin, and Taylor Lewan is, that's where we're at right now. But I want to see them establish an identity. So I'm talking about Kadri Ollison tonight. I want to see somebody break off a big run or two. I want to see us have some commitment to the run. This has been one of the worst rushing teams in the NFL over the last handful of years. And we don't run the football even effectively. Short yardage goal line situations. Can you pick up 3rd and 2 via the run, right? Can we move the chains in a short yardage running down, right? We don't do all of those things well. We don't get good yards per carry. And that's another stat I want to see tonight. I want to see 4 yards a carry tonight in the running game. This team lives in that 3.5, 3.6, 3.7 yards per carry. That's not effective in the NFL. You need to be 4, somewhere between 4 and 4.5 is what the better franchises in the league are. 4 should be a minimum. If you're not running for 4 yards a carry in the NFL, you're not going to run the football effectively. You're just not. Okay? So 4 yards per attempt. I do tonight want to see at least 1 sack. Now, again, I'm not expecting the Falcons to go out and get 5, 6, 7, 8 sacks and all this kind of stuff. Give me at least a sack. More importantly, show me consistent pressure tonight. That's one of the things I want to see. Now, we'll talk some more about this in just a second, but first, Let me talk about our friends, my friend especially, over at Coffee AM, the best small batch coffee roaster in America, right here in the state of Georgia, up in Canton. What a great company this is, man. I love these folks. CoffeeAM.com is the place to go. What are you looking for? I just literally opened up a new bag of their coffee this morning, right? I got to drink multiple. I make a whole pot every morning and drink a whole pot. That's how I'm ready to go, right? But I just opened up a brand new bag of coffee this morning from our folks over at Coffee AM. CoffeeAM.com/locked on, LOCKEDON /locked on is the place to go. You want organic? I just finished up the organic coffees. Open up a batch of their, I think it's Sumatra or whatever, regular roast type coffee. You want K-cups? They got all that there, right? Whatever it is that you're looking for. Coffee, they got teas, they have gift sets. You need a mug, right? I'm drinking mine out of a styrofoam cup, but that's all right. Listen, I'm a cheap guy. But anyway, coffeeam.com is the place to go. Check out their wide range of products on their menu. Here's what I've got going on for you, okay? Because I love my audience so much. Head over to coffeeam.com /locked on. When you get there, search through their extensive menu of coffees, teas, gift sets. When you put that first order together at coffeeam.com, okay? You get to the checkout. I want you to put the coupon code locked on, LOCKEDON, locked on. Put that coupon code in at checkout, and you will get 15% off that first order of coffees, teas, gift sets, whatever it is that you buy out there. That first order is going to get you 15% off simply by using the coupon code locked on at checkout. Use that today, LOCKEDON. CoffeeAM.com /locked on is the website. Best small batch coffee roaster in America. So I want to see 100 yards. I want to see 4 yards an attempt. I want at least one sack, and I want to win. What else? I want the defense to hold them to only one touchdown max tonight. I don't want the other team's offense to get off and get some things going. One touchdown max. That should be the rule tonight. You're not allowed to score more. The Detroit Lions are not more than one touchdown. And again, look, the Lions are what they are too. They're one of the lower win teams in the league in this and the other. But they do have some players and they do have some playmakers. Just give me at least only one touchdown tonight defensively. Okay. You want to give up some field goals and stuff like that? I'm not going to be mad about all that, but only one touchdown defensively. I need a turnover tonight. Show me that we can get something going. We can cause a disruption. We can have a havoc play, whatever it is that you want to call out of all of it. Give me a turnover this evening. That's one of the other things I want to see. This team has got to get back to creating and generating turnovers. That was one of the things about the 2016 defense. They were not that great of a defense. They were not ranked very high, but they could create some turnovers and they could sack the quarterback. That you can do those two things in the NFL. If you can sack the quarterback in the league, you've got half the defense figured out. If you can generate some turnovers, you have another big chunk of the defense figured out in the NFL. So get me at least one turnover tonight. And this is just kind of one of my personal things that I want to see. I love what Felipe Franks has done in camp. I am very impressed by the fact that Franks has found a way to convert from quarterback to tight end. I want to see a catch or two out of Felipe Franks tonight, just from my own morbid sense of I like watching this kid. I'm excited. I think he's done great at camp. I give him all the credit in the world, man, to convert. Look, let's be honest. He's doing what Tim Tebow didn't want to do, right? He's converting from quarterback to tight end. I want to see a catch or two out of Felipe Franks tonight. All right, when we get back, it's time for Matt Olson to get things cranked up and going. We'll talk about that next. Hitting Hard with Jon Chuckery, Locked on Sports Atlanta.